Uh-oh, Coach Kenny Ellis just revealed what Devin Haney has to do if he really wants to fight with Tank. If this don't happen, the fight will never happen. We're going to talk about it in this video. I'm going to let y'all hear exactly what he said. But before we do that, make sure you hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed to the channel. Now, before I start this video, I want to give a shout out to KQKC Boxing and Knockout TV. They did an excellent interview last night on KQKC Boxing. So if you want to check out the whole interview after I play y'all this clip, make sure that y'all go check out the interview and make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all go over there. Now, Tank and Devin, that seems like it could be the biggest fight in boxing that everybody want to see. At least in the urban community, everybody want to see this fight because they built this fight. They built it more. Now the fight is at a point to where it seems like it's at an all-time high, especially if Devin can go out there and beat Ryan Garcia. Now, that has yet to happen yet, but we'll see. And Tank, he got a fight coming up with Frank Martin. So if they both win their next fights in impressive fashion, we already know. If you think people calling for this fight now, imagine what's going to happen later on this year. I mean, it could be the biggest fight in boxing since we all know that Canelo Alvarez will never fight David Benavidez. It seems like in boxing, every time we have a fight of this magnitude, as fans, we can't just get it. It's all type of other BS involved in keeping the fight from happening. Now, Devin Haney and Tank, this is a problem because if this fight don't happen very soon, I mean, after their next fight, it'll never happen. We know one fighter in Devin Haney is big, and we know that Gervonta Davis is small. I don't even realize how they was ever fighting in the same weight division. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the size difference now, but we've been going back and forth. We done had a bunch of debates on why the fight's not happening. We seen Turkey Al-Sheikh all the way over there in Saudi Arabia call for the fight to happen over there. That was soon shut down because Tank said, nah, you got to send me 2 Ferraris before I even talk to you. So we know that's not going to happen ever. We hear Leonard Ellaby always talk about the fight ain't ready yet. The money ain't there. Devin don't do these sales. The money this or the money that. And now it's seeming like that all of the fans want the fight. Gervonta Davis fans want to see the fight. Devin fans want to see the fight. So what's the problem? Well, the problem, according to Kenny Ellis, is I'll let y'all hear this audio, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to cook on it.
Tank is at 135 right now. He can make 30 if we want. You know, so if Haney can come down, the fight could possibly be made, but we're not going to shoot up to no 45 and all of that stuff because he can't make the weight no more. It ain't our fault. He blew up. You know what I'm saying? Right. It ain't our fault. Right. You can't dictate the face of boxing. It don't work like that. Right. If you want to fight Tank, go back down. Sacrifice. Go back down and get it if you want it that bad.
Yeah.
Other than that, fight his weight class, 147. You got Boots there. Boots got a title. Go at Boots. You great. Go at Boots. Or if you can make 140, go at Matias. There's belts out there for him to get other than Tank. Why Tank? You know, if you're not at 135 no more, what? Tank is 135. And he last time he got on scale, he was 165.
So you heard it clearly from Coach Kenny Ellis. He clearly saying that the main issue is that Devin Haney is no longer at 135 and he too big. The weight is an issue. Tank ain't going up to 140. He says, why Tank? Why you worried about Tank when you got all these other fighters? You got Matias at 140. You got Jaron Boots Ennis at 147. Now, from what Kenny Ellis was saying, it sounded like he thinks that Devin is at 147 already. I don't know what that was about, because he was saying you need to fight guys in your own division. You got Gervonta Ennis, but Devin ain't even at 147 yet. So I don't know what he was thinking when he said that. Maybe because of a lot of the news and the false BS that people come out with. They was trying to put Devin with Gervonta Ennis, but we know that ain't happening. That probably ain't never going to happen. But going back to what we all want to know, why the fight won't happen between Devin Haney and Tank. And I've told people on several different occasions, when I break it down and I explain it, I say that when you look at the big picture, neither fighter really want it bad enough to fight each other, because neither fighter feel like that they are willing to make any sacrifices to make the fight happen. You got Devin telling Tank that he needs to come up to 140 and the fight ain't gonna happen if he don't come up to 140, and it ain't gonna be no rehydration clauses. And then you hear Gervonta Davis's team always continue to say that Tank ain't going to 140 to fight Devin. The fight gonna have to happen at 135. And you just heard Kenny Ellis clearly say that Devin is gonna have to come down to 135 if he wants to make the fight happen. So if this is what it is, we're never gonna see this fight happen, because Devin Haney is never going to come down to 135 again. He made that clearly. And we see how big Devin is. He can't fight at 135. He just can't. He going to look like Ryan Garcia did in the fight. But the thing is a lot of Devin Haney fans going to say, well, this is a fight that should have happened when they was both at 135, because Devin was calling Tank out at 135 and Tank was talking shit to Devin when they was both in the same division. So now they make an excuse that Devin got too big and he has to move up. I know that's what Devin Haney fans are going to say. And I'm not saying that they right by saying that, and I'm not saying they wrong. The bottom line is the real boxing fans, they want to see this fight happen, and the fight ain't going to happen. Now, another issue that Kenny Ellis explained is he says that Devin can't get 50-50. Devin is going to want 50-50, and he don't sell like that. He don't move the needle like that. So he says all the other fighters that you question in Tank for taking the fights, he says they were willing to take the offer. They didn't ask for 50-50. Well, Devin's going to ask for 50-50. Now, the problem I have with that is you can't assume what Devin and Bill are going to ask for if y'all never sat down and negotiated anything. Right? Because Kenny did admit that they've never negotiated. They've never even begun to negotiate a fight between Tank and Devin. I seen an interview with Devin yesterday, and Devin said that they never began to negotiate a fight with Tank. So you can't just say what somebody is going to want until you sit down and negotiate. And we see that neither one of these fighters are willing to make a sacrifice, especially on the weight. My solution was that if Tank came up to 140, he should be able to put a rehydration clause on Devin. Or if Devin moved down, fought Gervonta Davis at a catch weight, right? Then Tank Davis should give him a bigger percentage. Like, they got to come to some type of agreement to meet each other in the middle. Of course, Gervonta Davis is always going to be the A side, and he's always going to get the, larger amount of the money. But y'all got to meet somewhere. But if you don't both want the fight bad enough, then it's not going to happen, because neither side is willing to sacrifice anything. And that's just what it is. At the end of the day, I don't believe this fight is ever going to happen. It's just another fight that was talked about for years that we won't get. Ain't nothing new in boxing. Happens all the time in boxing. Anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed. And y'all already know how I do. Diego talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.
Chop, call them Sleepy Hollow when they ride by. I know them haters can't stand it. I ain't got a blemish on my Jolly Rancher can.